Time to date some people who work on the video, I guess. McDonald's pizza was a thing from the 1980s through the end of the 1990s. Despite this long run, it seems to have gone all the way down the memory hole. This was a thing? It lasted till the end of the 90s? How? Sounds gross. Earl Schweit says, I'll paint any car, any color for $29.95. No ups and no extras, includes wheels and door jams. MK1 30th anniversary pick. Mortal Kombat? Oh, were these the body actors? That's pretty cool. It was probably the late 80s, early 90s last time I drank one of these. Dude, RC Cola's still around. It's just like in lower income areas, especially in the country, as someone who grew up saw it all the time. When I was a kid, there were no phones or tablets. We read cereal boxes at breakfast. You could still do that. They still put stuff on the back of cereal boxes, buddy. McDonald's in the 1980s compared to today looks a lot more fun, but I don't know, maybe this makes them more money and a lot less germs. Okay, some of them still have play places. These have been in the glove box of every horseless carriage I've owned since the 1900s. You mean a car? A car? What is the point of that joke? I never bought a car with a map in it. I'm this old. How old is that? What is that, 1980s? Gauntlet? I think that's a game from was that one of the games you typed a prompt into and hoped it cleared? Cashier checks my ID in half a second, me. That was fast cashier. Yeah, I saw the 19, me. Oh, Jesus, I'm getting old. Before there was a Spotify app on your iPhone/AirPods, we had the Sony Walkman. I just feel like it's not safe to be roller skating that close to somebody sharing an MP3 or whatever it is, a Walkman. It's the same thing. Paul Rudd is now the same age as Wilford Brimley was while filming the movie Cocoon. Oh. Okay, I've never seen Cocoon, not gonna lie. I think it's about old people who de-age by touching a magic alien cocoon. A new tricycle, Paradise CA, April 1965. Oh my god, it's a tricycle! That's because kids don't really ask for tricycles. Who'd want a tricycle? Just get a tablet. Which console controller did you start with? I think 14? Yeah, it's probably 14. Maybe it was the Xbox 360. They all kind of came around the same. I remember waiting in line at 6 a.m. to get a Wii. Getting these from the AAA. No, I don't really remember that. I know how to read a map because GPS didn't work where I lived until 2014 because we're really far in the country. But yeah, I remember the big one that you can never fold back correctly. As I've gotten older, I've become used to injuring myself in stupid, unathletic ways. But today I set a new bar. I hurt my knee writing. I'll be taking no further questions at this time. I have a couple questions. Why are you paying so much money for a Twitter verified mark? That's gold. Who remembers these pieces of art? What the ever-loving Christ is this? Am I the only one that's getting a headache looking at this for this long? I see your plastic NFL helmets and raise you the NFL pencils. These are a thing? Really? I've always preferred mechanical pencils. I just feel like they work better. Got my new license. A lot more gray in that pic. Sometimes it takes seeing a recent picture of yourself to stop and realize I am old as hell now. You're still young at heart. That's all that matters, bro. Getting out of bed in the morning. I hurt myself today. Early 1960s landline telephone jack. Whoa, I've seen the rotary phones. I've never seen a land phone jack. This isn't some weird plug, it's for a landline? Crap. We memorized phone numbers. We memorized driving directions. No one knew what we looked like. No one could reach us. We were gods. This guy does not look old enough to be saying that. I remember memorizing my phone number because I wasn't allowed to have a cell phone. But the street directions I could never do. Saw these at a tech museum. I'm at a payphone trying to call home. Does anyone even listen to that song and know what it means anymore? If you were to play that for a kid today, would they be like, what's a payphone? Who remembers the original search engine? Not me. I never really went to a library with a card index. In 2023, Ralph Macchio, age 61, and William Zabka, age 57. And they still look young and handsome. Let's go Cobra Kai for the win. Math teachers protest against calculator use. The off until upper grades. Yeah, I mean, just let them use a calculator, bro. No time in real life will they do this to you. Tell you oh, you can't use the tool to figure out the problem. Linkin Park versus the Killers. Huh? No dad rock is like Van Halen and Bob Sugar stuff? Linkin Park, all the Killers are still pretty new. Oh my god, what? I don't get it. It's like an anime girl. Danny Glover was only 41 when he decided he was getting too old for this crap. Let that sink in. Give it 20 more years and I'll be there. Looking through some old junk, I found this. I worked there in 1996 or so. Application for store employee. Yeah, I remember the Blockbuster. We had one of the last open ones because we were a rural area. Not the last one, but up until I think 2006, maybe 7. I might be wrong. Can't remember my memory that well. I was very young. But yeah, good times and also bad times. I feel like people/companies just use words with no regard for what they actually mean. Punk clothing. Yeah, dude, show some little cuts on there, put some flower design, boom. Punk as hell. 3D master reels. This is how I took in cartoons and fairy tales and got to travel to tourist attractions. What? What are these? I am confused. What are these? Can someone tell me? Oh, it's the thing you put in the goggle thing and then you go. Oh, dude. Now I know what it is. The pictures alone threw me off, but I remember that real thingy. Still punk as frick, I whisper as I reach for my pill organizer. Yeah, I'm gonna put Mondays and Tuesdays. Yeah! Found at Goodwill and it works. What is this? I'm assuming it's like a portable radio, cassette player. On this day, 55 years ago, this Stanley Kubrick masterpiece premiered. 2001, A Space Odyssey. 90 plus minutes of boring. I'm just gonna say it's boring. It's a boring movie. It's like Disney's The Black Hole. Boring. Remember those old school Swanson TV dinners? No, I do not. They look disgusting and cancer-ridden. Remember when this was a novelty that no one thought would last long? Yup, it's the new standard, just like green rings and Apple Jacks. What, the can? The can of Mountain Dew. What do cans used to look like? A pen advertisement from 1968. I thought these pens looked pretty cool. Yo, can we get these back? They look fire as hell, dude. Oops and pops. I like that. So, remember Late Night Sign-Off? No, I don't, but I'm aware of it from Family Guy. Imagine if Twins 1988 and Terminator 1984 merged to... What the actual hell? I've never seen Twins. I have seen Terminator 2 and 3, though. Doom is closer in time to the moon landing than it is today. Oh god, never played any Doom, I'm sorry. Music's fire though. The Simpsons shorts first aired on Fox on April 19th, 1987, initially ran as a recurring segment on the Tracy Ullman Show before becoming its own prime TV show. It's funny because Tracy Ullman was supposed to, they kept trying to push her as this multi-talented superstar, and then cartoon drawings with spiky hair outshined her. Lily Tomlin, Dolly Parton, and Jane Fonda with director Colin Higgins on the set of 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. I've never seen that movie, ever. Never even knew it was a movie. I thought it was just a song by Dolly Parton, if I'm going to be honest. Anyone remember the metal lid you had to use a butter knife to pop it? No. What? Wait. Really? This was a thing? Oh, I've seen these on rusted in garbage piles. That's about it. Who remembers this bad butt monster? Not me, but it looks like his nose is a slong. Tobey Maguire was the same age in No Way Home as Willem Dafoe was in Spider-Man 1. Why does Willem Dafoe look so much older? Still hot though, Willem Dafoe is hotter than Tobey Maguire, I'll say it. What better way of watching WrestleMania 1 than on Laserdisc? I know what Laserdisc is thanks to regular show, and the fact that the only reason it didn't succeed was not because of poor marketing or anything, it's because the adult film industry decided to go with VHS and DVD. The I Am So Old starter pack, said by a 20 or 30 something year old, uses pop culture references to claim they are old. Oh my god, Mean Girls came out almost 20 years ago. I am so old. Don't these old people who are dying in a home, yeah, they're not actually old. Just shower thoughts. There was a time not so long ago when we had to physically mail our funny videos to television show and hope they chose to share it with viewers. Did you get money for that? I'm so confused. Was mailing it signing a consent form? I was given a 10% senior discount by the 20-something-year-old cashier at this BBQ spot. I am 48. I came here for some brisket, not depression. I mean, you look a little older than 48. I'm gonna say maybe it's all the stress you lived. Also, EMV chip read. Oh, I thought it said ew chip read. Redditors who are old enough to have watched DVDs, what movies menu screen looped endlessly in the background while you fooled around with a date? Old enough to have watched DVDs. Good lord. I did watch DVDs growing up, but I've never been on a date. Moving on. Remember getting your feet measured by this bulky thing? These are still around. What are you talking about? These are still in Dick's. 1984. Nike hoped to make $3 million in Jordan sales over 4 years. 2022. Nike generates $3 million in Jordan sales every 5 hours. Let's go, Jordan, baby! I am in Target. I'm trying to buy a photo album. I asked where they might be. Worker did not know what a photo album was. I said it was a place to keep pictures. He sent me to the tech aisle. He assumed I wanted memory to store more pictures on my phone. I am 1 billion years old. I kind of remember photo albums, but they got ruined in a flood in our basement when I was 6, and then we never redid them. This Metallica now! Oh, Jesus, that one on the right's got the same hair as me, and he looks rough. As it drugs will do, buddy. Then they give you the worst seat, but you thought it was the best seat. I don't remember this, but I do remember riding in one once. It was my mom's friend. She took us to the pool. Great time. When you realize that 1980 and 2023 are as far apart as 1980 and 1937. Oof, that kind of hurts. Almost every grandma had these magnets on their refrigerator, right? I have no idea. I remember like the red and blue and green numbers and big letters. Ivan Reitman, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Danny DeVito on the set of Junior in 1994. Yep. Are we sure this isn't twins again? The famous tiger picture from GEM Paint on my good old 1986 Amsterdam PC 1512. Jesus Christ, that's what you guys had to use? If you filled one of these out at the library at some point, you belong here. What is this? What is this? Oh, it's the checkout card and oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I once navigated a cross-country trip solely using MapQuest printouts. Did this, baby? Oh yeah, lots of family vacations to Florida where we'd miss the exit and everyone would start yelling at each other. I started writing software in the 90s. You still need these books, but they're digital now. Kate Capshaw, Harrison Ford, and Ke Huy Quan during the filming of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in 1984. Is that Quan or Juan? I'm sorry. I've seen this movie, but I don't know. It's not that good of a movie, in my opinion. Is that Johnny Knoxville? Jesus, dude. Jesus. Still wearing Converse, though. Let's go, bro. Did you believe this nonsense? Welcome to someday. I mean, we're gonna get there eventually. First mobile phone call was made 50 years ago today. I don't think that's accurate, but it was April 3rd. Hey, that's my birthday! Not the 1973 part. Kids today have no clue about this game and how much fun it was to play it. What is this game? Can someone tell me? What's a payphone nook? For that matter, what's a payphone? I mean, I guess the nook is like a nook and cranny in the wall. Also, a payphone is just a phone you used to have to pay to use. We do that now. We carry it around. It's more expensive. Maybe. Depends how many phone calls you make. So who had one of these when they came out? Not me. It just looks like a watch made of metal. Sticky Bear Apple II. What is Sticky Bear? Was it a way to learn math? I remember learning math through like the Rainbow Scaled Fish game. Who remembers this toy phone I had the one as a kid? Did anyone else have one? They still make these, I'm pretty sure. I had one of those like pushy things, you know, the lawnmower that like has balls bopping around. Not this thing though. This thing would haunt my nightmares. It was in Toy Story, for Christ's sake.